So here's an interesting fact for you. No scientist is quite sure why we get chills. You know those shivery things that happen to your skin? Sometimes you get them when you're watching films. Most of the time for me it's when I listen to music. But there's a lot of theories behind this. In French it's called frisson, which means aesthetic chills. And scientists, well, the theories behind it are that it's a dopamine release due to a sudden sort of sense of nostalgia or emotions sort of being driven through your body. While researching this, what I did find out is it actually doesn't happen to everyone. I always just assumed it was something that everyone experienced. So now I'm considering myself quite lucky that it happens to me. It's a bit of a strange sensation, but one I'm quite pleased I get to experience, I guess. So what I thought I'd do is talk about 5 songs that always give me shivers. And I think I know why, but I'm not 100% sure. And one thing to mention as well is, due to copyright, I'm not sure if I can actually play these songs, so I've done a bit of an acoustic rendition. I hope you enjoy that, apart from number 3 on the list, because I couldn't do an acoustic rendition of it. I tried, and it just sounded really weird. So I'm going to try and get away with playing that one. If I don't, what they're going to do? Sue me? Take down the video? Yeah, well, no one watches me anyway. Just try it.
I had all of you, most of you, some now, none of you. Take me back to the night we met. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, haunted by the ghost of you. Take me back to the night we met.
So number 5 on my list is The Night We Met by Lord Huron. Huron? I don't know how you say it. Huron? Huron. Lord Huron. Most famously used in 13 Reasons Why, the TV series that's on Netflix. So what I like about this song is it's just so haunting. I've heard the original recording, but there's one that features a girl singer. I think her name is Phoebe Bridgers. Might be wrong. Who knows? Probably going to put the correct name here. Might try it. There's something very sort of nostalgic and relatable about it, and it sort of brings you back to a time in your life, not just lyrically. There's something really sort of touching about the drones of the music as well. It always brings that sort of swelling sensation up. Then every time the chorus comes around and you get this line, the one line from this song that just properly gut wrenches you, it's just that I had all of you, then most of you, some, and now none of you. And that just breaks my heart because it's so real. That line and the song itself, they're just so beautifully touching. And I don't think there's a person alive that couldn't sort of relate to that sentiment. So number 5 on my list, The Night We Met.
I had all and then most of you, some and now none of you. Taking me back to the night we met. That you deserve some form of apology. So here it is, once again. I'm sorry.
When I was compiling the list for this video, I was quite surprised about this one, because this song and the album itself got quite a negative critical response, which was really strange. Not many people have heard of the band. So they're a band called Seahaven, and they're quite big on sort of the emo pop punk scene. Quite big, not that big to be honest, but they're really underrated. They're a really good band. So if you haven't checked them out and you like that sort of music, go check them out right now. But going back to the critics, I couldn't give a shit what they think. To me, Honeybee, which is the song you've just heard-ish, is one of the most haunting songs probably I've ever heard. And it just comes across so well on this album. It's so beautifully placed in the track listing. In my opinion, Carl Soto, who's the lead singer of Seahaven, his voice was just made to sing this song. I like a lot of Seahaven songs, but this one is just as if he was born to write this song. Aside from the vocals, the actual stripped back nature of the song and the recording just makes the entire sentiment behind it so raw, and it all sort of colonizes. It all sort of climates when he just says the phrase "I'm sorry," and it just hits you at the end of the chorus. It's simple, it's beautiful, it's amazing, and every time he sings the word "I'm sorry," it just goes right down the back of my neck.
Here I am at the end. I'm sorry.
So a slightly different one for my third entry on the list. This song is called Hand Covers Bruise, and it's by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, better known as the theme tune to The Social Network. Now, I'm not sure this will have the same effect on everyone. For me, it's a nostalgic thing. I used to sit alone while studying for my dissertation and writing my dissertation. I'd be up in the morning till 3-4 o'clock, and I always had this song on. I always played the soundtrack to The Social Network. I don't know why. Something about Mark Zuckerberg being in a film with Jesse Eisenberg just made me feel motivated, I guess, even when I was running on coffee at 3 o'clock in the morning. So it's a very sort of chilling song. It's quite haunting, the way it combines these sort of hard piano acoustic hits with droning strings that almost sound synthetic, but I'm pretty certain they're not. For me, the sort of haunting nature of this track, along with the nostalgic weight it carries to me, it just makes me shiver every time I listen to it for that reason. So my penultimate entry, number 2, is back to a lyric-driven song, and the song is Our Apartment by Aaron West and the Roaring Twenties.
I had lunch with your sister. She told me it's over, that you're calling your lawyers, that you're not coming back. She says that she's sorry. Whole family likes me. She don't know what you're thinking, but she knows that it's bad. So I walk back home, turn the shower on. I'll let the washing machine turn the water cold.
This is probably the only album to ever bring tears to my eyes. No, it's definitely the only album to bring tears to my eyes. So for those of you who don't know, the entire Aaron West and the Roaring Twenties album is a concept album where Soupy, or Dan Campbell from the Wonder Years, did a side project where he envisioned a character called Aaron West, who's just gone through experiencing a miscarriage with his partner. I don't know if it's his wife or not, and then it's all about the way the relationship between them breaks down, the entire thing, and the entire concept is just touching on such real points. They talk about the way they painted a baby's bedroom, but this song in particular, Our Apartment, is just so on the money with how it feels to go through a breakup of a long-term relationship. And there's one line at the end of the chorus where it's got a really nice chord that's actually not in the key signature to make it stand out, but it says, "I'm sleeping on the couch because I can't stand our bed without you." And I think that's just absolutely heartbreaking, and there's no wonder I get shivers every time I listen to this song. And then my top entry is by a band called the Airborne Toxic Event, and the song is called Sometime Around Midnight.
But you know she's watching, she's laughing and turning, she's holding her tonic like a cross. The room's suddenly spinning, she walks up and asks how you are. So you can smell her perfume, you can see her lie naked in your arms. There's a change in your emotions. All these memories come flooding back like feral waves to your mind. Of the curl of your body's like two perfect circles entwined. So you feel hopeless and homeless and lost in the haze of the wine.
When I first heard this song, I was 15, sat alone in my cinema room, full of hormones, and I was just watching NME TV in the early hours of the morning. That's right, kids, that's how we used to discover new music. We'd sit there and watch music channels. And this song came on, it must have been about 2 o'clock in the morning. And to this day, I don't think I've ever found a song that has just touched me so quickly. And there's nothing specific about it. The song tells a story about a guy that goes on a night out and sees, well, either a love interest or someone he's been intimate with in the past. And it just talks about all the things going through his mind, all the things that happen. And my God, does it sound real and relatable. To the point where I genuinely think this probably is my favourite song of all time. And it just talks about the confusion he feels, all the things that flood through his memory, to the point where he's just drunk, stumbling through the night, and it's just real and it hurts. And the music, oh my God, the music, so it's a combination of strings and sort of this building pattern. The song doesn't have a chorus, it just goes from A to B, slowly getting more and more intense as the song goes on, and you can't listen to it without just feeling that shiver course through your body. About 3.5 minutes in, it all sort of picks up, the climax is coming around, everything gets a bit more gritty and aggressive. He starts to repeat the line, you just have to see her, you just have to see her, you just have to see her. You know that she'll break you in two. And my God, even, I got it right then. See, that's what I'm talking about. Just saying the words and knowing the song just made me shiver. It's touching, it's heartbreaking, it's gut-wrenching, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Wow. So that was an emotional journey, wasn't it? I hope you enjoyed the video. It got a bit darker while I was doing it. That's what happens when you do videos in England in the early evening, in the middle of November. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the songs. I hope you go away and listen to the actual songs, because they are all incredible songs, and they've been a huge part of my days as me and a huge part of my musical taste growing up. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you around, guys. It's been real.